Hello, my beautiful teacups. Welcome back to my channel. This is Charlie Leaves Tarot, where we get to your greatness one tea leaf at a time. All right. So this is going to be a special, very specific message for the general collective, all signs. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. And don't forget to like and subscribe and join the tribe. Your energy is going to help this get more accurate as we go. And let's get into it. This is a message. Like, what is the last thing that your person or the person on your mind, if you're separated or, you haven't talked to them in a minute, like a few weeks, maybe you're just like, I wonder what's like the last thought they had about me. Whoever that person is that you're imagining, let's get into it. Let's get the tea on what was the last thought they had on their mind. It could have been 10 minutes ago, but we just want to know whether it's 3 years or 2 minutes. We want to know what was the last thought he had about you. All right, the last time he thought about you, what was on his mind? Interesting. So you gave him warm, fuzzy feelings in the past. He kind of thinks about happy house, childhood memories, 6 of cups. Like you were giving zen and also like goal setting. You were giving like the white picket fence type of vibe. They were like, they felt safe. Their inner child felt safe around you. You're very protective, but like very just like cozy energy. Additionally, Ace of Cups, security, helping hand. Yeah, with that, like their inner child, they also just like were like, wow, you did help them a lot. You gave them security, whether it was financial security, whether it was like mental security, stability, all of that. You gave them a helping hand when they needed it the most. And you had no choice but to let them go because it seems like they were mooches. They did appreciate it, the last thought they had, but there was something so obvious that had to happen. It was judgment. We got decisions pending finality, the only decision that can be made under the circumstances. You like put the end to that because it was just so obvious that it wasn't being reciprocated. You might have made them feel safe, but maybe they didn't make you feel just as good. They were just very codependent, I'm getting. They felt like it was just so bad. Let's see, what else? What else does the collective need to know? Who is this person? What was the last thought they had on their mind about the collective watching this right now? This one wants to pop out. Wow. They definitely see this as a 10 of Swords moment, death or ending of situation or relationship. So the last time they thought about you were like, yeah, it's over. They felt like down in the dumps. And it was just like so obvious that it had to be done. You had to protect your peace. And they were just like, wow, I'm no longer going to get access to her like pouring into me. And I don't think they've ever met anyone who kind of, it's like their loss, right? Like they did something. Let's see what they did. Like, what is going on? What was some other feelings? What was the last time they thought about you? What was the last thought and feeling they had on their mind about the collective? Let's see, universe, what were they thinking? What were their most recent thoughts? Okay, they saw you as a money bag, someone who had their life together. It's like you're very motivated, whether you have the money now or not. Back when they know you, they were like, she's the type of person or he's the type of person that always gets back up, knows how to get money, is very business oriented. You taught them a lot about money too, and financial literacy. Queen of Pentacles, woman over 25 years, dark eyes and dark hair, professional, business, domineering. So if you don't look like that, you didn't have like dark, long black hair or something, you definitely had like a business, domineering, professional like vibe to you. You were that girl. You were very business, professional. You did not get into low integrity, low level activities. You were very strict with your own. You had high standards. 8 of Wands, speedy news or situation coming, arrows of love. Yeah, they see like out with the old, in with the new. They definitely feel like you're always going to have options and you can always circle back. But like, let's see what else. You definitely have, like, in their mind, you attract a lot of people, and they're like, well, back when I was in the dumpster, like, they kind of can't believe you even stooped so low to be with someone who wasn't, like, put together. And it's okay that you, like, helped, but they mooched on you, and so you might currently not be going back to people like him. You're like, yeah, I'm not building someone up with potential anymore. And they don't know that you've changed or not. I'm not sensing that you have access to each other, but he definitely still, on top of the Queen of Pentacles energy, this is also how he sees you, as Queen of Cups, woman over 25 years, blue eyes, fair brown hair if you don't look like that. It's soft, gentle, and motherly. You are very kind, but you were very, like, motherly, whether it's, like, strict. You told them, like, not to drink, not to smoke, not to waste their life, go get a job, XYZ. And you were, like, low-key dating someone who should have been raised by their own parents. And they see you as someone who really was doing, like, motherly, caring things. Like, they really were giving, whether it was tough love or gentle love, they were definitely seeing that you had, like, responsibility. And they were also kind of using that, and they were, like, trying to, like, trauma dump or be codependent on you. Okay, let's see, universe, what else was the last thing that your person thought about you? What was the last thing on their mind about you? Oh, wow. We got it again. Queen of Cups. Like, you really cup runneth over, abundant, generous, motherly, soft, gentle. And it's just like, they can't believe. Let's see, what else do they think about you now that you've left, or whatever you haven't taught? Yeah, look at this. The Fool. Good friends, happiness, needing to take a giant leap forward. So they saw you as brave enough to even date someone like them. Maybe they had, like, a history of, like, you know, bad decisions, or dating wrong, or doing things, or whatever. And you kind of, like, it's not that you settled, it is that you settled, but it's not that you settled because, you know, they're not a good person for someone else. It was just, like, at the time you were not into, you were into, like, kind of like building. I can build, I could fix him, I could fix her. And that's not really healthy love. So you took a really leap of faith on someone who wouldn't have done the same for you. And they realize, they kind of they wonder if you're going to go back to, like, you had a good circle of friends. They're also wondering, like, how your friends let that happen. I mean, it's like you made your own choice, but it seems like they see you as, like, the life of the party, someone who is so professional, but at the same time, when it comes to love, you took a leap of faith. And it was wrong to take a bet on that person, but they appreciated it for that time. I don't think they've met anyone like you, because that's definitely, look at this, bound and gagged. Eight of Swords, frustrations, feeling bound and gagged. Like, they feel stuck, they can't come get you. They know it's over. They know that, like, you also would have been, like, maybe this person was frustrated that, like, they put themselves in such an obvious situation. That's why we got the Judgment card. So obvious what you had to do. Seven of Swords, plans, hopes, wish card, highest minor arcana. They're still trying to leave, like, their past clown life behind. Maybe they were up to no good, or they were just not motivated, or they were into, like, scamming, drugs, alcohol, gambling, whatever. That just wasn't professional on your sense. And they're like, I'm changing, I'm making a wish. Maybe sometime in the universe you can come back, or whatever. Let's see what else, universe. What else does the collective need to know? What does, oh, these popped out. Wow. Again, look at this. We keep getting bound and gagged. Like, they really see that, like, even maybe it has to also tie into the motherly thing. You were so, like, this is obvious, you should show up to work on time. It's obvious you should do XYZ. And you were, like, well ahead in, like, graduate school, XYZ, and this person was, like, barely there. Maybe it was obvious to you, and so they felt like you were controlling. But that's so funny, because it was like a karmic. You broke the chain from being with them. And I don't know, does this seem like yeah, it seems like you broke the chain, because this is more like what is their feelings about you. So I was going to say, have they broken the chains with their addictions or their bad habits? But it seems like you at least broke up the chain with them. Like you fell into the trance and you were like, sold a fake bill. It was like the person was gaslighting, narcissistic, and also very needy. So they didn't want you, but they didn't want you with anyone else as well. They wanted to use you, and now that they're looking back, they're like, oh my goodness, she did free herself from me being a bad person for her, or anybody really, until you get your ish together. The Devil card, jealousy or trouble, able to break the chains that are binding you or holding you back. Yeah, you freed yourself from that person at the very least, because they were hiding so many things. They could have been, cheating. They could have been, look, Strength card. You have a lot of strength to even leave them. That's what they're thinking. They're like, I can't believe she like cut me off cold turkey. They were very like leech energy, and also very bad. I'm getting a bad vibe from them. Like, this is the type of person who would have chased you and would have, like, try to get you back and XYZ, but they were the only ones cheating. They were the only ones with bad vices. And you're over here like, oh, let's make a little cute family. Let's make this. Let's be practical. Let's be gorgeous stability. And, like, look at this. Strength. Inner strength, confrontation with yourself or other people. Yeah, like you really had the inner strength to look in the mirror and be like, you know what, this isn't going to work. This person doesn't like me the way I'm in love with them. Because if they did, they wouldn't have gone and hurt you, right? So you basically woke up from that trance, and they can't believe it, because they really thought they had you like in wrapped around their finger. They really thought that you would do anything for them, or come back and take abuse, and you're like, nah, like, I'm leaving. I gave you more than enough chances. I shouldn't even have given you the first chance. We were so different in our value systems. And so let's see. Wow, fool's gold, death. Yeah, they, without you, it's very like empty. They have new beginnings, but they're just really know that they have fumbled a bag, basically. Not even just money, because yes, they were stingy and whatever, but I feel like this is a person who, death of situation or ending, new beginnings. They're like, the new beginning has to be like, I have to imagine a life without her pouring into me. And so this person he's definitely like, I mean, probably hasn't changed much, really. It seems like you had all the good ideas, all the good lesson plans, the motivation. Seven of Cups, all that glitters is not gold. Look beyond the clouds. Money improvements. Yeah. So it's just like, this person was into fast money, fast life, fast whatever. Everything you taught them, they realized is like the way to go. And for that, they will always be thankful. But I mean, they probably might even think they did it themselves anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, that was just the conversations we had anyway. Meanwhile, they were very indecisive. Two of Pentacles, money confusion, juggling two situations or ideas around. Yeah, they were trying to juggle different relationships, different lifestyles, different everything. You didn't even have anything in common. And because of that, they basically dropped both of that. They could have gone to someone who was the opposite of you or the same as you, but because they don't know and they're very indecisive and don't have like a strong internal compass or value system or moral system, they don't know what they want, and they hurt both types of people, right? Universe, what was the last thought that went into their mind? What was the last thoughts or feelings? Like the last time they thought about the collective, what was on their mind? What were they thinking? Wow. They were also thinking Tower moment. Like, it really was like a breakup. This is definitely giving like separation, and for good reason, really, because it's like, it says catastrophe, accident, things happening very quickly at lightning pace. It was just like so fast. It happened so fast. You both had to get away from each other. It was such a cold turkey event. And I think they didn't expect to get caught. like, or, you know, they didn't expect you to grow a backbone and not be like a welcome mat and be like, okay, I'm gonna take this, or okay, fine, I'm gonna stay here even though it looks like you're cheating, or there's no trust here, you're just using my financial whatever. You just like left them in the middle of that, and they thought you were going to come back because maybe you would come back before you got like evidence, or before you finally listened to your gut. Maybe you came back once or twice and you weren't sure, and now they think good things are happening to you. Basic good news, Page of Cups, young woman to 25 years. They basically see you as like someone who should be able to, you know, get back on your feet no matter. They're so like, it's very giving narcissistic, but like, you know, learned incompetence. This person was definitely codependent and you were the one holding them together. And yeah, they, on top of that, they see you as a king, or with kings. Like, people should have been a king instead of who he was. This is what you should have ended up with. King of Wands, man over 25 years, green eyes, blonde to red hair. And if not like that, restless, outspoken, ambitious. Like, he's just like, just notices your person is, or your ex person is literally like, this is the person that they should have gone with, but instead they chose me, and I resent them for that. Like, they really are kind of mad you even picked them, because now they feel like, wow, now that it's all messed up and they messed it up, now you have like the last, you basically, they messed up a fantasy of the type of person to date, but like they really try to flip it on you, right? Like, they saw that you were, oh, she's bossy, she's motherly, she's XYZ. Queen of Swords, woman over 25 years, brown eyes and brown hair, cold, hard, demanding authority. Yeah, after like their last straw, you did have to cut them off. That's why you have the queen. Communication is cut, it's cold, it's collected, I'm gone. And you did stand on it. They really are shocked that you actually didn't come back. You never returned. You blocked everything about them. Like, you really were standing on business. When you said, one day I'm going to leave, like, you just quietly left. It's not one of those, I'm going to come back, do you like me? You didn't even get tempted to write back to them. You just literally blocked their number and all their spam calls and everything. And you're like, oh, on to the next. Or just nobody. Like, you really took your time out to pour into yourself, to be like, I'm not going to get played again. So this person doesn't know that part, but wow. Let me get you some actual soul lesson cards. Universe, what else does the collective need to know right now? What else does the collective need to know right now regarding what was the last time they thought about the collective? Wow, happiness and courage. So they do see you as someone who has a lot of joy and happiness. I'm aware that being happy means I'm on the right path. So they're hoping you're happy, and maybe they are happy in a way, because you set such a hard, high standard that you could keep for yourself and other people were able to give you. But like, you gave them a chance because you fell for them, whether they were lying. It's, you know your story better than I do. But I am aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. So, take this into, your own. And courage. You had enough courage to leave. You had courage to listen to your gut. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. You definitely give off like a happy and courageous person. You did, at the end of the day, take a chance on love, and you won't ever be that like, selecting a person who's not sane, or not working on themselves, or, whatever issues they had, whatever vices, you're not going to repeat that because you're not dumb. They definitely know that, like, you definitely it's kind of like piercing the corporate veil. You finally lifted your rose-colored glasses and were like, oh, this is a Dusty. Like, why did I think I don't deserve a king? Or what? It's not even that you didn't deserve a king. That person was acting like a king. They were pretending. They were cosplaying. They were gaslighting. So really, let's get one more, universe. What else does the collective need to know? All right, maybe two, okay? Those two wanted to come out. Okay, fear. So without you, they're living in fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, at the end of the day, the last thought they had was like, they were fearful about this ending, but they were also fearful about love anyway, and that's what blocked it ultimately. They were a coward. This is why it's so important that you got courage. They were like, you were courage, and they were cowards, basically. And so, you know, like they realized that, and now they're going to be into loneliness. They are lonely without you, or not even without you. They're just like lonely because nobody else is taking a chance on them the way you did. Even though they've leveled up in life and used all your goodwill, at some point, loneliness is like knowing they did you dirty. I know that I am never alone. Like they have all your, they have like all your memories in that way, and that plays in their head to make better decisions the more their frontal lobe forms or something. But I mean, it's like they know you are also never alone. Like even though you guys promised you were going to be together, all that other stuff, it for you were like, no, I'm good. If I'm going to be with the enemy, I'd rather be single. And that's really what happened. Universe, what else do we need to know? What other messages? What was the last thing? Was the, like some messages they said? Wow, advocate for yourself every single time. Maybe you were a big advocate for them. Maybe you told them to stand up in life and be, you know, brave. And maybe you were an advocate for yourself ultimately by leaving, whether you were an attorney or you're just very in the know for like advocate for your health, advocate for your promotions, advocate for yourself in life. And because you were like the first person who's ever advocated for them every single time, now they're like advocating for themselves in a way. But like it's funny because they wanted to use all that. You probably didn't learn much of them except for how to spot like dusty people. But this person definitely thinks you leaving was the bravest thing you've ever done. Like you finally woke up and didn't fall for their ish now that they've had time to think about like what's happened. But you have advocated for yourself every single time, and they appreciated that. You were basically a testament to like once you snapped out of it, you realized, oh, I'm getting out. I'm advocating for myself because being with that person is wrong, you know? So that was like how you stood up to him. Wow, starter wife problem. So they definitely, if you had or wanted to get married or whatever, he would have been the type who would have married you and then used your money and then gone to a person he thought he actually wanted. So I hope you like didn't, but it seems like this is before you even got engaged, before any of that. So it seems like this person was trying to starter wife you instead, and not like only wife. Like this person was trying to like come up on you. So just be noticing that there are people like that. But you rocked the boat and you like pushed the person to realizing they weren't ish for their stuff by leaving and just being quiet about it. You just literally left, saved yourself, and you rocked the boat. Like they really have nothing left. Like they have now it's like if they want to go and get that person, go ahead. They want a mistress, go ahead. They want XYZ, go ahead. You're not supposedly holding them back anymore. You're not being like controlling or whatever they think is bossy. Now they're like, if they're still mediocre, that's on them, right? Like that's, go get who you want now. So their excuses can no longer go to you. They have to look in the mirror and see that they are the failure. Let's also get your tea message of the day. Okay, wow. So like the last thoughts I had, triple leaf tea. It says rose, black tea, fragrant rose, and aromatic black tea, romantic, smooth, delightful, traditional rose congu, delicious, hot or cold. So maybe you wore roses around, you just were like very romantic, but like, you know, like luxurious. Like they definitely saw you as luxurious. The fragrance, taste of romance, and rose petals joined together with aromatic, rich and smooth. So you're definitely rich to them. And black tea, delight the senses and calm, soothe, and uplift the spirit. So encouraging you to relax and rejuvenate. So you probably lived very like high-end luxurious, or you took care of yourself, and they usually, maybe they didn't, maybe they barely did laundry, they barely did like a skincare routine, they barely steamed their face, but once they met you, you were like teaching them the spa routine and basic hygiene, and you were like elevated hygiene. So, and like at the point it was like a self spa day. So they definitely see you. And don't drink that if you're allergic or anything. But if you do drink that, you're going to bring in a new love. So don't think you're bringing out an old love. This is more like if you're drinking that, it's just like your new love would probably come in. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.